Hello, what's up? Hey, Alea, what's up? Wait, I see this. All right, Alea, go ahead with any questions. All right. Also, so Psionics, you'll be after Alea. Sorry, I was doing a little warm up, making sure I'm not rusty. All right. What is Doc's current feelings towards me? So the other night we worked together, we talked a lot, and he had some food where he bit off, but then offered to give me some then. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Let's see, let me use this. Alright, rising ancestors that love protecting us. So what are Doc's current feelings towards Alea? What are his current feelings towards her? Stop, please. Okay, King of Cups came out. What else? Stop, please. 2, 3. What else? Stop, please. What else are his current feelings? What else are his current feelings for her? Stop, please. 1, 2, 3 here. Top. Stop, please. 2, 3. Hi, Nadira. Donated. Alright, Nadira, you'll be after Psionics. He started telling me about his family and how he was in the military. Uh-huh. King of Cups, 5 of Wands. His current feelings towards you, the Hierophant, the Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like he still has these crazy emotions for you and fights it. It's like he tries to remain grounded, but just can't help himself. It's like there's this whole thing of, again, like there's this internal conflict and feeling stressed because he would definitely like for things to change with you. As well as with the Hierophant here, this person could still be in that relationship, as well as I do know that there's like no fraternization policy at your workplace. Talking about the Hierophant too, for you. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, so he can't really do anything. Then he followed me around the store. Then I told him, when I told him and my supervisor that I got scared, they left me. And then he told me he would never leave me. I am never leaving. I am never leaving. I'm in this shit forever. What else are his current feelings for her? For South, please. 2, 3. He just can't seem to get enough. 4 of Wands. He would definitely like to have a relationship with you. Yeah, Knight of Swords. He would definitely pursue you. Yeah, the 8 of Cups, but he sadly has to like walk away, or knows that you're walking away. Tell my 8 of Cups. 2, 3. Yeah, the Hermit. So he kind of like he just keeps these emotions to himself. Tell my Ace of Swords. 2, 3. Yeah, he keeps these emotions to himself, but tries to seem like he's just being social and friendly. Is he still in a relationship? Is this guy still in a relationship? Crystal, please. 2, 3. The Fool. Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. The Justice card. He may not be. The Fool talks about freeing yourself. Knight of Pentacles is singlehood, and the 4 of Cups is rejection. So that might have went, or it's going to. Is he currently single? Positive card, yes. Negative card for no. No, 5 of Cups. Is he about to be single? Positive card, yes. Negative card for no. 4 of Swords. There's maybe reflection about it. So my 4 of Swords, 2, 3, because Temperance is at the bottom, so somebody trying to balance something out. Yeah, there's like thoughts of whether or not to continue to invest in this situation. So, I told him my age, that I'm 22, and he told me he's 38, but he looks so much younger for his age. At that point, I would not do that. 38? By the time I got like 23, 24, I believe my limit was 30. Or maybe underneath it, but... But that's what I get. I think his current feelings is more so like, he still likes you very much and just has all these feelings but can't do anything, and tries to pass it off as in like trying to be a friend or be funny. Meanwhile, his relationship could be going through a make it or break it stage. Who knows? But that's what I see there. What's your last one? 2, 3. Yes, he keeps trying to make me laugh. Uh-huh. It's always hee hee ha ha. You know, last time a guy made me laugh, my clothes were off. Don't do it. Will it come towards me in the future? Oh no. Only thing I would have to say about him is this: if he's actually in a relationship, I still wouldn't do it. Because if he is and he's still flirting with you, red flag, red flag. Let's see here. Ow. Okay. Alright, so my guys' answers is all over technique. So, will he romantically come towards her later in the future? Will he romantically come towards her in the future? For Southeast too, right? Will he romantically come towards her in the future? For Southeast too, right? Will he? Alright. Judgment. So to me, that's it. It depends. Temperance. Two of Pentacles. The Emperor. And Nine of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. I wouldn't do it if he's in a relationship. He's gonna get rejected with the quickness. No, I'm talking about like after, like let's say he breaks up and he then pursues you. I mean, like still not doing it then, because it's like this: if he's in one now and he's going after you and he breaks up with her and he still does, I wouldn't, because the thing is this: it's fun now, but like let's say y'all do and then he does it to somebody else, like let's see, will he come towards you in the future? Talking about the Temperance card, 2, 3, 4 of Wands. Talking about Temperance, 2, 3. I'm sorry, tell me about the Emperor, 2, 3. The Death card wanted to come out, right? Okay, wait a minute. Tell me about the Emperor. Tell me about the Emperor. One card, 2, 3. Seven of Cups. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles, 2, 3. And Three of Swords. Again, will he romantically come towards her in the future? Positive card for yes, negative card for now. Ace of Cups. So I'm getting a big yes. Yeah, the Empress here. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happened if you were like a tad bit older when he does. However, with the Judgment card, that could be asking you to like be discerning and check to see if you really are making a good decision on whatnot. Because here's the whole thing: like you want something balanced and peaceful, and you want commitment here. And the thing is, they want you to avoid heartbreak, because even though he may seem like he's stable or he's like a great guy, there's something that could be kind of like confusing and back and forth about him. Let's see here. If she does wind up getting with him in the future, well, let's see here. If he does offer something in the future here, should she accept it? Should she accept it? Stop, please. 2, 3. Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Death, and Ace of Pentacles. Maybe not, because it's like this, even though like things can change, there'd be forward movement and an offer. With the 10 of Swords and the Death card, that can talk about things maybe ending badly. Yeah, and then 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold. Is he somebody that she should invest in? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. The Empress is a yes. So why is Death here? 2, 3. 10 of Wands. Tell me about 10 of Swords. 2, 3. 6 of Wands. That can talk about getting over hurt. And again, if he comes towards her, should she invest in him? Should she? I'm sorry, no. Yeah, should she invest in this dude if he comes towards her? 2, 3. Page of Pentacles. It's a stable offer. Page of Wands. Okay. Queen of Swords. 3 Pentacles. The Hermit. 6 of Swords. And then the Magician. It's kind of like saying yes, but just be careful. Like, be very discerning when you do. I know you're a fire sign, so I'm guessing he's an earth sign here. It's like this person will build. You can definitely move forward with them. And perhaps like create a lot with this person. But tell me about the Hermit. 2, 3. Ace of Swords, but just make sure they're being honest about things here too. It's like things could definitely be good. I will just say this much. Like, to answer your original question, yes. I'm getting like, you know, he will come towards you, but it's just more so the type of thing of like, not that this would be a total waste of time, but just be very discerning, like when he does. Make sure there's nothing going on in the background, and make sure that he's all there, you know? But that's what I get. Psionics, go ahead with any questions. Sagittarius, and he's an Aquarius, but he may have Earth in his chart. Okay, good, because I saw Virgo like twice. I'm just like, huh. Yeah, that's what I see. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so would it be good for me to move out of state within the next couple of years or so? All right, so would it be good? Let's see. Since you said years, it probably should say yes or why not, because you're giving yourself time. Alright, my guys and ancestors that love me. So, would it be good for psionics to move out of state within the next couple of years or so? Would it be good for them to do this? First off, please, 2, 3. Let's see, would it be good for them to do this? First off, please, 2, 3. Would it be? Queen of Swords. Okay. The Lovers. The fuck? Okay. 10 of Pentacles. The Tower. And Temperance. Perhaps so. So Queen of Swords is somebody that does make smart decisions. And the Lovers does talk about a choice. Perhaps like this is a choice that you're making in terms of your long-term stability. And since you're looking out like years ahead, it should be good here because by that time in your life, you may feel more emotionally balanced and may feel more at peace in your life rather than maybe at times you kind of feel a bit unstable, that type of thing. Let's see here. Why is the Tower here though? Why is that here? 2, 3. Or you're looking to do this because perhaps where you're at right now, maybe it's not like the best place around. Like this talks about like a lot of disaster, a lot of mishaps. Yeah, King of Cups here, and it messes with your emotional stability at times. And you want to feel free of that. You want to feel like you don't have to just kind of like keep it all in. Tell me more, Chrysopolis, 2, 3. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, 6 of Swords. Maybe you feel like doing this would help you be more free emotionally, as well as like Ace of Wands and 6 of Swords. Ace of Wands will talk about passion and whatnot. So I know in certain states we have certain laws, unfortunately. So it's like if you're a part of like certain communities, like the LGBTQ plus community, maybe where you're at, I don't know if the laws are strict, or if the communities around there aren't too welcoming, so you may feel more free getting out of the state here. And Six of Swords is a card of moving. Yeah, Nine of Swords, Seven of Wands. And maybe this is something that you're kind of like nervous about or on the fence about here, or you're just tired of kind of like feeling like a bit of a wreck. So again, and then King of Pentacles, yeah, you're just trying to be stable, especially financially speaking. So again, would it be a good idea for them to move out of state? Or would it be good for them to move out of state in the next couple of years? Would it? Please, 2, 3. Would it be 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles? Stop doing that. 4 of Cups. That's a no. Again, positive card for yes, negative card for no. Would it be a good idea for them to do so? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. 5. No? Why not? Cross off, please. 2, 3. Page of Cups. Strength. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe certain changes that happen around the time. Yeah, and the Magician, 8 of Cups. It's like, I don't know if what you're wanting to manifest kind of like goes. Oh, why not? 8 of Cups, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 of Wands is here. 9 of Wands. Again, why wouldn't it be a good idea for them to move out of the state in a couple of years? Why? For Lovelies, 2, 3. Why? The Empress. King of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of... Oh. Maybe it's a building process as well. 7 of Cups, I would talk about like not knowing where to go or knowing what to do, or the confusion surrounding something. Yeah, King of Swords, the Emperor. As well as, I mean, that talks about somebody in control that does things for their own happiness. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Maybe like moving out of state or moving to wherever kind of like defeats the purpose of why you want to move out to begin with. It's really fucking weird. Give me a second. First, it gives me a lot of good cards about this. And then all of a sudden it's saying no. Again, why wouldn't it be a good idea for psionics? High power, is there a list? Yes. Why wouldn't it be a good idea for psionics? Why wouldn't it be a good idea for them to... Why wouldn't it be good for them to move out of the state within the next couple of years? Why wouldn't this be good? Please, 2, 3. Why wouldn't it be good? Let's see here. The Hermit. The Emperor. 5 of Cups, I see here. There's something about maybe like feeling kind of isolated instead of maybe in control at times, and that would cause some disappointments. Yeah, 4 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. And maybe like when you get to wherever, maybe there's not too many opportunities, or you'd have to wait a long time to have 4 Swords. 2, 3. The Tower, some of the Ace of Pentacles. 2, 3 here. 6 of Wands. Maybe where you're at, like there's more success for you, because maybe in this other place, like it's turbulent. It depends on where you're gonna go. Honestly, they're saying no now. Maybe like what you think will happen for you or to you when you move out may not be actually what's gonna happen. It's like you'd be alone. I wouldn't say you'd be without a plan, but it's like you'd be alone. And maybe what you feel like is happening at home or wherever else is kind of like happening there. I would say this much. Come back and ask me this in another couple of months and see the energy change, because to me, I'm kind of baffled. I'm like, first you're saying yes and now you're saying no. It could also maybe be like your ideals on whatever place here too, or like maybe romanticizing it in your mind, so it's going off of that energy. But basically, I think what it's saying there is that what you think is going to happen there for you may not, and it may be kind of like a big disappointment. It's weird. Power, I donated. All right, Power, you'll be after Nadira. But that's what I get. But for right now, it's saying no. After it's basically saying like, yeah, and that's probably. I just went on vacation and loved it there. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Nadira, go ahead with any questions. All right. Since D looked me up, why didn't he just message me? I thought since they were talking about me and all, I'm still in my head about it. Understandable. Give me 1 second. All right. Whew. All right. I think ancestors will protect me. So why? Wait. Since D looked Nadira up, why didn't he just message her? Especially if he's been talking about her to Marie so whatnot. Why didn't he just message her if he was gonna look her up? Just copy 2, 3. I'm not. 5 of Swords, the Magician, the Hermit, the Chariot, and Strength. Why didn't he just message you? It's not 5 of Swords. 2, 3. Temperance. How about the Magician? 2, 3. The Knight of Pentacles. Honestly, it just feels like he didn't want to like start something. Like, yeah, he was looking, but it's just like he didn't want to start something here. It may have kind of like wanted to keep the peace and just move forward here. Why Strength here? 2, 2, 3. 4 of Cups. I don't know, like maybe this is like trying to control the situation. Or, oh, I'm sorry. This would also talk about image. Strength is about image, and then 4 of Cups is about disappointment. It's just more so of like he didn't want to start up some mess. And then the other thing here is too is like not wanting to let you know about how Fred feels or his disappointments and try to move on from it. Any other reason why? 2, 3. Why? 10 of Wands. The Star. 2 of Wands. I mean, he saw that you were doing good, but also that like Fred had kind of stressed over the situation, but with the 2 of Wands kind of like moved on from it because he was just like looking at things objectively and being like, well, that's none of my business. Yeah, like emotionally detached from the situation too. So about 10 of Wands, 2, 3. Yeah. Ace of Swords. It may have kind of like wanted to see like what Fred was like stressing about. I think honestly it's just a mixture of like not trying to start some shit as well as like not trying to reveal too much about like what's happening on the other end, and honestly just kind of like not caring about things and maybe wanting to see things for himself. You know, it was just that type of thing of like, I'm just looking and that's it. But what's her second? Um, what is Fred really stressing about? Some bullshit, honestly. It just sounds like a, honestly, this situation sounds like a bunch of like he said, she said situation and he can't even get over it. Or maybe he's like trying to. Here's another deck. What is Fred really stressing about when it comes to this entire situation? What is it that he's really stressing about? 2, 3. Nine of Cups. 2 of Wands. 9 of Wands. The Magician and Page of Cups. Honestly, it's not like an all the time stress, but I think there's times where he kind of stresses about like what could have been. Like at one point he definitely again like wanted to get things off the ground because he had feelings for you and you were wish fulfillment, but it's like now I guess he's moved on from it, but at times he does kind of like feel a way about what could have happened. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant. I think he wanted to put an effort towards you in a relationship, and the High Priestess, as well as like the whole thing of not being in your social circle or not being on the same level socially, quote unquote. Because mind you, High Priestess knows a lot without revealing too much or anything at all, as well as something that can be like very seductive, as well as 3 of Cups would also talk about friends as well too and stuff. Maybe he's also kind of like a bit miffed about you guys having not mutual feelings, like mutual friends. And I'm wondering like, is anybody like discussing this? Let's see what else here. Yeah, 4 Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Again, he reflects on what could have been and what ifs. Yeah, it's kind of like back and forth about it at times. So I think he kind of like stresses sometimes about like what he could have had with you and, you know, going from there. That's what I get here. Alright. Since it's August. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Alright. Since it's August, could he possibly change his mind to come towards me? Let's see here. Alright, it is August. Happy August! Today's my mom's birthday. Hi, Chris. So, since it's August, could Fred possibly change his mind and come towards Nadira? Is it possible that he could change his mind and come towards her? First off, please, 2, 3. Is it possible? Let's see if he does. 7 of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Fool, Death, Ace of Swords. 2, 3. King of Cups, another Fool, 2, 3. Eight of Swords I see here, and then the King of Swords. So is it possible? More likely no for right now. I mean, again, there's times where he isn't in his head about it, but for the most part, with the King of Pentacles and the Death card, it feels like he lets it go and just grounds himself. I feel like there's always like a smidgen of possibility because like you have here Ace of Swords and the King of Cups. So that does talk about like emotional communication from somebody. But for the most part, for the Fool card and the Eight of Swords, it's like he frees himself from being in his mind about it, and they're telling you to do the same thing. Yeah, King of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Star. It's like he tries to I can't talk. He tries to detach and move forward and move towards his happiness or whatnot. Tell me about the Star. Instead of like stressing. Oh, I see here. It's just like moving towards healing, even though he does reflect. Now, sometime in the future, like sometime, like another time in the future, is there's still a chance where he could come towards her and talk. Press top, please. 2, 3. Page of Swords, the Sun, Queen of Cups. Yes, yeah. Ace of Cups, like a new start or something you really want. What zodiac sign season is this likely to happen? What card? 2, 3. Three of Swords, Libra. And then Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords is an Aquarius placement, but Libra. So Libra season starts the second half of next month and then ends the first half of October. So maybe between maybe between September and October is when you could potentially get communication. But that's what I get for right now. All right, Power, go ahead with any questions. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Why is my husband, Daryl Lee Fuller Jr., not helping me pay for rent mortgage for the past year and a half? Okay. Let's see. What is happening here? So why is he not doing this? Ow, 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 ow. So why is Power's husband, why has he not been helping her pay rent for the past year and a half? Why hasn't he been helping out with this for the past year and a half? Why? Press off please. 1, 2, 3. Why? Let's see. Two of Cups is reverse. Okay. So this can talk about incompatibilities or issues within connections, as well as like feelings not being mutual or disagreements. This is a loss of control or trying to gain back control, but maybe in a very like weak, unorthodox way. This is struggle. Why? Eight of Swords reverse. The Magician. How about the Magician? 2, 3. Seven of Wands reverse here. Three of Swords reverse. So Eight of Swords reverse will talk about releasing yourself from a situation, especially one here where there seems to be like some difficulty and somebody feeling kind of like overwhelmed, like they've lost power within a situation, or like the foundation is kind of rocky. And then you have your Seven of Wands reverse, which is no longer fending for yourself, or in this case, no longer really putting up a fight, defending your territory, like putting down boundaries. And then the Magician is here. I don't know if he's trying to like release this or something. Why Seven of Wands? Seven of Wands here. 2, 3. That's like not knowing what to do. Again, why is he not doing this? First off, please 2, 3. The other thing here is too is Ten of Wands does stand for having a lot of responsibilities. The Empress is reverse. Three of Swords reverse. Nine of Pentacles. Why? I'll just be completely honest. I don't know if he's trying to separate from you or trying to be independent of you or the finances. And I say that because the Empress reverse can talk about a wife that can be overbearing or not a good wife. And I'm not saying that you aren't. That's just like the meanings and stuff like that. And maybe that's how he feels. I don't know, because I have to clarify it. But the Empress reverse can talk about like a very overbearing woman, or somebody that has fertility issues, or a woman that's not exactly who she seems. Three of Swords reverse talks about getting over a situation involving maybe trust issues or hurt. And Nine of Pentacles is just simply like being independent as well as having your own finances. Tell me about the Empress reverse. 2, 3. Leaving, yeah, that's leaving somebody out in the cold. Is he no longer paying for the rent? Is the reason why he's doing this is because he's throwing in the towel? Is Daryl doing this because he's throwing in the towel? Is he doing that because of this? I mean, is he doing this because of that? Like, is it that? Uprights for yes, reversals for no. That's 2 out of 3. Is he doing it because he's throwing in the towel? 2, 3. Let's see. 5 of Wands reverse. 3 of Wands. High Priest is reversed. Okay, so no. Alright. Wait. Does he feel drained in this situation? Is he feeling drained? Upright for yes, reversal for no. 2, 3. Is he feeling drained? Upright for yes, reversal for no. Queen of Wands. Knight of Wands reverse. 2 of Swords reverse. No. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Can I talk please? 2, 3. Better yet, let me. Oh yeah. Again, why is Daryl? Why is he doing this? Please. Why is he doing this? Please. 2, 3. Page of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. King of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Tell me about. Oh, okay. Tell me about the Empress in this case then. Huh. Do you think he's, and then 3, do you think he's stepping outside of the marriage? Or whatnot? Because if he is, that would explain some of this. Page of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands, and then Empress is clarified by this Knight of Wands. And then there's this 3 of Swords here. Queen of Pentacles, a High Priest. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Okay, give me a second. Let me confirm it real quick. He gets mad if I talk about money too. Uh-huh. Operates for yes, reversals for no. Okay, so yes, reversals for no is Daryl. Where is he having an affair? Operates for yes, reversals for no. Operates for yes, reversals for no. Operates for yes, reversals for no. Is he having an affair? 2, 3. Ten for reverse. The sun reverse. 3 of Pentacles. No. Did I just again? Upright for yes, reversal for no. Is he 2, 3? 3. Knight of Wands. Okay, let me just ask. Uprights for yes, reversals for no. Best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3, please. Uprights for yes, better yet, because I really don't do it with this deck. And all this shit that I'm thinking. Let me just do it with this one. That way. Yeah. Uprights for yes. Uprights for yes, reversals for no. Uprights for yes, reversals for no. Is Daryl cheating? Is he cheating? Is he cheating? Uprights for yes, reversals for no. Best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3. Is he cheating? Uprights for yes, reversals for no. Is he cheating? 6 of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune reverse. 8 of Wands. I'll say this much. There's a slight possibility. And then the Hierophant. King of Wands reverse and the Fool reverse. 3 of Cups. Just so you can see all of that. There may be a possibility that that money is going elsewhere. Or he's going, or he's doing that. Because that would make sense. Because King of Wands is him. 3 of Pentacles and then Page of Cups. This can talk about building. And then Page of Cups, I don't know, that could talk about kids. That could talk about feelings. And then you have your Empress and Knight of Wands. And Knight of Wands is a fuckboy card. Because it's like he's doing stuff to maybe keep you like codependent or to drain you basically here. To maybe get out of a situation. I have no idea. For right now, I would say just take that with a grain of salt. What is Daryl doing? I'm trying to figure out where the money is going. Well, let's see this together. Press hot, please. My guys, that's just a little technique. Where is Daryl's money going if it's not going towards the mortgage? Where is it going? Press hot, please. 2, 3. Let me just do this stuff upright. Where's it going? 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords will talk about like some sort of like painful ending or failure. Did he lose his job? But that's like some sort of painful ending or failure. 10 of Pentacles, so that's a lot of money. That can talk about family. That can talk about again like a shit ton of money, inheritance, that's legacy. Where's it going? Queen of Swords. Justice. Knight of Cups. 6 of Cups, where's it been going? And then King of Wands. I don't know if he's a fire sign. Do you guys have kids? Talk about 6 of Cups, 2, 3. 4 of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna just do this entire thing all over again because I'm fucking confused. Alright. I'll say this much, when a guy stops doing that and he's investing his money elsewhere, I'm not saying like assume an affair or whatnot, but that's definitely one possibility. Yes, okay. He's a fire sign and we have a sun. Okay. I have to say, because I'm like, King of Wands keeps popping up. Alright, to my guys, ancestors, I love protecting you. See, where is Daryl's money going? We are both fire signs. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. Alright. Again, where is Daryl's money going? Where is his money? Well, first, let me ask the original question. Why has he not been paying the rent? Why has this man not been paying the rent? Crystal, please, 2, 3. Why not? So he just up and out and just decides to stop investing. Yeah, he's up to something. Why hasn't he been paying the rent? So 5 of Cups. So this would point towards something disappointing or failure. This is being stuck or stagnant. And then Justice. So Justice can talk about legalities. That can also talk about like the need to do something right. Why 3 of Wands and King of Cups? Why is he not been paying the rent? So 3 of Wands is distancing oneself, and then King of Cups is here. So this is how his energy is showing up. So King of Cups is somebody that, I won't say they hide their emotions, but they know how to handle them well, so they don't wear their heart on their sleeves. Tell me about the Hangman, 2, 3. Why 8 of Cups? Tell me about Justice, 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. Tell me about King of Cups, 2, 3. Why has he not been doing that? 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands is family or relationship, and then 3 of Wands. I'll say this much just to rule it out. And then 6 of Wands. Indicates that he is cheating. Where is it going? Potentially towards a Libra or a water sign or somebody that's at a distance that he's investing in. That maybe he... Thank you, Daphne. Anyways, might want to leave for. I have no idea, because this is also Pisces. Now if it's not that, let's say if he's like decided to just be selfish, or not, like, because I have no idea. I'm trying to like get to why, and it's not connecting the dots for me, but it's like this talks about like some sort of failure or some sort of disappointing situation that kind of has somebody a little bit hung up. And with the Justice card, maybe they kind of feel a bit out of balance. So I don't know if he lost his job, or there's some sort of like legal situation that he hasn't been too transparent about that he could be investing money into. And with the 8 of Cups, maybe he's like literally leaving it out and kind of like creating some distance from his mother, Vanessa. Let's see. Does any of this has to deal with his mother? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Strength. Talking about strength here, 2, 3. 3 of Pentacles. Maybe? I don't know. At a distance. So at a distance is like a geographical distance. Like across town. Or he's being lazy and doesn't want to help me. That's the other thing too, because the Hangman is laziness. Let me see here. Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Is he investing money into another person? 1, 2, 3. Queen of Pentacles. Alright, is he not doing this? Is he not paying the rent because he's being lazy? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Is he also not doing this? Let's see, is he not doing this because he got himself into a legal situation? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Definitely not the legal. Is this, does any of this have to do with his mother? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. The Hermit. And the Queen of Wands. So I asked if it's going towards another person. Queen of Pentacles comes up here. That can talk about a mother of sorts. As far as like him being lazy, not necessarily. 7 of Cups. Legal situation, that's a no. And then his mother, and we have here the Hermit. Tell me about the Hermit, 2, 3. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. So that is giving help. Is he helping her? Is he, let's see, is Daryl helping his mother behind her back? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Knight of Pentacles. So it's quite possible he is. Oh, whatnot? Why is he, if he is helping his mother behind his back, if he is helping his mother behind Power's back, why? First off, please, 2, 3. Let's see, why? 4 of Cups. The Empress. He know it would upset you and make you emotional. Yeah, the Fool. And it's like wanting to like be able to go in and out and do this Why 7 of Wands? Just doesn't want to hear your mouth on it, like doesn't want to have an argument, wants to go ahead and do this. That type of thing here. But does this woman really need all that damn money? So I think he might be helping out his mother, honestly. And doesn't want to tell you because he doesn't want it to be like a big ordeal. But it is, so either way, he didn't really avoid what he thought he was going to avoid. If he is helping out his mother, with what though? What is he helping her out with? What is he helping his mother out with? So please, 2, 3. Actually, I don't know if she's like an earth sign, like a Capricorn or a Virgo. What is he helping out with? 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords, the Empress, Queen of Cups, and the Fool. So 9 of Cups is getting anything that you want, like that's personal wish fulfillment. The Empress is mom. Queen of Cups. Talking about the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords here. 2, 3. 5 of Wands. Maybe dealing with like some sort of family conflict going on. Like trying to prevent something from ending here. Talking about the Fool. 2, 3. Like help her get out of a situation she was stuck in. Did this woman do something stupid with money? Pause for yes, negative part for no. 9 of Swords, no. Then why does she need money? 2, 3. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. Is she just a stupid stuck up bitch? Pause for yes, negative part for no. Yes. Somebody that's just greedy and just wants money. She's a cat. Ah. That's messed up. I work 2 jobs and that woman has her own husband. Is she like one of those pedophile moms, like one of those emotionally incestuous bitches and stuff like that? Because I can't stand niggas like that. I really can't. You got your own husband. She was just taking advantage, but I mean, because here's the whole thing, what people like that don't think. If his money runs dry and your money runs dry, then where the fuck is she gonna get her shit from? Especially if her husband's not gonna get it. Ugh. Also, Chris, you'll be after power. My body is very tired. I work 2 jobs and I kick him out the house. He doesn't want to leave, but he doesn't want to help me out either. That's sad. I am so sorry. He's being a piece of shit. She's nasty. One of those very insecure women that doesn't know what to do. Dumb hoe. She's greedy and evil. She'll get her karma for it. Matter of fact, let me see what that is. Let me see what that is. So, as far as Power's mother-in-law is concerned, 3 cards. What's that woman's karma in this situation? First off, please, 2, 3. Queen of Swords, 2 of Wands reverse, and the Lovers reverse. Things falling apart for her, especially when it comes to people close to her. Yeah, the Hangman, 4 of Cups, her well running dry more than likely. Yeah, just being an idiot. My second question, yes, let's see. Alright, what do you see for me? My house, job, career, and love. Alright, give me a second. So I'm gonna do all that together. And do you see Daryl starting to give me money in the future? He should. Let's see here. Alright, so alright, what's coming up for Power in terms of her house, job, career, and love? What's coming up for her when it deals with this? Please, 2, 3. I think child support is the answer as of right now. No, totally, because the fuck? That bitch don't need no motherfucking money. Like you said, she already got her own husband. This, yeah. Alright, so what's coming up for all of that? The World, the Empress, Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Justice. So honestly, I think you do see something being straightened out in this situation. Like there's forward movement, especially in terms of finances. And with the Empress, perhaps you feeling on top again. Daryl may be kind of like mouthy about this, but it's whatever. It's about the Empress, 2, 3. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, as well as like having more clarity on this situation that again like puts you in a position of power potentially. Talking about Ace of Swords, 2, 3. Yeah, 2 of Wands, especially maybe in which direction to go in this, maybe in life in general. Talking about Justice, 2, 3. 2 of Swords. Talking about 2 of Swords, 2, 3. 5 of Cups. Is Justice saying that things will be straightened out at least? Public Yes, no. Queen of Wands. Yeah, the Magician, but perhaps so. So again, I think things get straightened out in this situation, especially like you feeling blocked and disappointed because of this. What else? Please, 2, 3. King of Swords, Ace of Wands, and King. Oh. Something about King of Swords, 2, 3. Temperance. Is King of Swords a love option for her coming up? Positive yes, negative for no. Strength. Something about strength here, 2, 3. 9 of Pentacles. Maybe in terms of like gaining personal stability. Again, does that have anything to do with love? Positive yes, negative for no. The Hierophant. Like, no, is this like a new option in love that she has coming towards her? Positive for yes, negative for no, is it? 7 of Swords, no. I think this is more so talking about you feeling confident within yourself, especially in terms of like decision making and detachment, and being able to balance yourself out and have peace in this situation with this dude. What about when it comes to love here? Please, 2, 3. Your Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. It's possible that Daryl begins to slowly, I don't know, heal the situation instead of trying to like fight it. Yeah, Knight of Cups like tries to be nicer. Excuse me, time my 5 of Wands, 2, 3. Maybe that's given a rest. So is this saying that Daryl will become apologetic soon or at some point? Positive yes, negative for no. The Tower, no. What is it saying? 2, 3. 4 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. I see. I see. That makes sense. I think at some point he realizes that doing this is just leading to more pot. I'm sorry. More so like giving to his mom is leading to just disappointments, and he begins to kind of like look outside of it. Tell me more about that. 2, 3. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, Ace of Cups. Tell me Ace of Cups here. 2, 3. I think he begins to kind of like free himself from maybe that emotional attachment somewhat. Also, will he give her money in the future? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. 10 of Cups, that's a yes. Judgment. Again, maybe after making, like, having a decision about, like, holding it back. Yeah, 2 of Cups. He kind of goes back and forth about doing so, especially because, like, if it begins to come scarce. So I see that in this situation, it gets better definitely on your end. You'll begin to feel more confident and in charge. As well as I feel like eventually he begins to see the light that giving to his mother is just draining. Because you guys have your own household and kids to give to, and meanwhile, like, he's giving it to some bitch that's being taken care of some other dude. And here's the reason why she's more than likely doing that. Her husband don't play her shit, so she probably feels like she can guilt trip his son. She needs to get punched in the fucking face. That's what that is. I mean, what's the whole point of becoming a parent when you're gonna have to be parented by your own fucking kid? Like, that. Some people just need their uterus ripped out. But that's what I see there. He's a piece of shit. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, Chris, go ahead with any questions, and then Chris, you'll be my last person. She's evil. Not as evil as my foot up her ass. Thank you so much, love. You're welcome. Alright. Here's ancestors that will protect me. So general for Chris for next week. General for Chris for next week. What you need to know, what you need to hear when it comes to next week. What's up? Please 2, 3. Let's see. Alright, 5 of Cups. King of Cups. High Priestess. So next week we'll talk about getting over some sort of sadness or loss and feeling more emotionally stable, but also feeling the need to maybe protect your energy more and keep to yourself. Yeah, 8 of Cups, the Lovers. Maybe this has something to do with like detachment, like deciding to no longer focus on things that are like disappointing, especially maybe when it comes to certain connections. As well as the Lovers, let's talk about making a choice. Some of the Lovers, 2, 3. Yeah, the Empress. This is more so like deciding to put yourself first. What else? What else here? Stop this one else too. Okay. Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the World, as well as like steadily building towards maybe a new cycle, especially maybe after like feeling kind of like anxious about something. So I want Two of Swords, 2, 3. Queen of Swords here. Maybe it's something that you've been overthinking, especially again, like maybe when it comes to somebody's consistency, somebody that you want to move forward with, some of the World, 2, 3. Yeah, especially in terms of like a relationship here. Yeah, then Chariot, the forward movement. So I think next week is like a bit of a pivotal moment. It's like you begin to kind of like think about things objectively and putting yourself first, and rather than be emotional about certain things and overthinking, you decide to like again like ground yourself and start looking at things objectively and being like, should I really be crying over this? Should I really be entertaining this? What else? 2, 3. Yeah, 3 of Wands. Almost like rather than waiting, like deciding to like move ahead. Especially maybe when it comes to like some sort of big opportunity that's coming towards you. Or like new beginning. But that's what I get there. Okay. I know Greg's next actions towards me. It feels like we've gotten past the baby mama drama. He should have been had that squared away. I will always say that. I will always say that. Because my whole thing is like this. That's like why I avoided guys that had kids. Not that I like hated kids, because I love kids. I love babies. You know, it's just more so like I just don't want to deal with the mom or whatnot. Is that they want to act crazy because I simply exist. Now, granted, a lot of the times the guys, they, you know, made that happen with whatever fucked up decision that they made against her. But, you know, there comes a point, you know, and not to mention, I didn't think that I wanted that sort of responsibility either. Because mind you, I've been married for almost like 3 years. So like 24, honestly. Like ages 20 to 24, like that's too young for any woman to be dealing with a guy that has that sort of issue. You know, I want somebody that's like wild and free like me. But nah. Excuse me. But anyways, let's see. What are Greg's next actions towards Chris? My guys and ancestors that love technique. What are Greg's next actions towards Chris? What are his next actions towards her? I'll stop these 2, 3. So his next action is the Magician. To get on your nerves. I'm just kidding. Queen of Cups, Judgment, the Page of Cups. I think he wants to create better between the both of you because he's definitely been thinking, especially in terms of his emotional immaturity. So I'm a Queen of Cups, 2, 3. Nine of Cups, I'm a Queen of Swords, 2, 3. Three of Cups. Oh, I see here, because I don't know if he was used to women being emotionally docile or whatever else. Whereas to you, you may point out things when it comes to other people. So what are his next actions for his workers? So please, 2, 3. What are they? The Emperor. Maybe be more of a committal person. The Eight of Swords, yeah. Maybe like being more of a committed person. So I don't know if that means like eventually the two of you get married or he begins to act like a fucking man. Some Eight of Swords here, 2, 3. Even though like he's kind of like in his head about so. Tell me more. Now I remember what I was gonna watch. I'm sorry. There was a movie that I was gonna watch earlier and it escaped my mind and now it just came back randomly. What else could be his actions for Sophocles? 2, 3. Yeah, because he's been thinking about things because he knows that there's been stuff that's been in his head, especially in terms of like familial obligations. 10 of Wands, King of Wands, maybe putting more effort in. So about King of Wands here, 2, 3. Maybe be more of a stronger person. However, this can talk about ego. Is he gonna try and do better? For Sophocles, 2, 3. I hope I see it. I hope I see it for Sophocles, 2, 3. I hope so. Because if not, I will reach through that screen of yours and grab him by his ear and slap the fuck out of him. To do better. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Sun. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Ow. Like, rather than being this immature fuck, maybe deciding to go after things. Like, be more persistent and happier. Yeah, like, like, maybe, like, honoring your intuition, honoring you, and deciding to work on things. So I think his next action is he's going to try and be a man. I'm going to say try because I don't trust none of these niggas. That part. So I think that's what he's gonna try and do. Now, if that don't work, but you still want to keep him around, grab a cast iron skillet and then whack him in the head. Now, I would highly suggest searching on Google where to do this. That way you don't accidentally, off him. But one hit should do it. I'm not saying that one hit per day keeps the doctor away, but I mean, what's done in the dark will have your ass in a neck brace in broad daylight. So, hey, he needs to go find somebody else to play with. He's got you mistaken for his mother. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you, everybody that came on this live. Everybody have a good night. Goodbye.